Hi, I'm Jenny Morris and I endorse these Mellerware products. I've developed recipes for you to cook with them, and I think you should trust Mellerware like I do. They've been around for over 25 years. The weather starts to change, you start to feel like comfort food. Well, Mellerware is there to save you time, to save you money with its beautiful slow cooker. This is the Tempo. It's a 6 litre. We've also got the little one at 3.5. So depending on who you're cooking for and how many, you have two wonderful sizes to choose from. What I like about it is that it has this lovely oval shaped dish that goes into it, so there are no any corners. There's nothing for people, not people, but for ingredients to hide away in, okay? So it has this beautiful oval shape, and it has 4 settings. And the reason it has 4 settings is that if you put something frozen, just say you want to make a soup and you're running off to work and you've chopped all your veggies and oh my goodness, I've now forgotten to take the beef shin out of the freezer, you can actually pop the beef shin in from frozen, and what the machine will do for you, it will bring the temperature up, and for 2 hours it'll cook on high, and then it'll just bring it down, it'll drop down to low, and then it's just going to cook and it's going to do its thing for you. Morocco. Every time you mention the word tagine, people think that you need to cook in the conical shaped pot, but if you actually analyze what tagine means, it actually means a stew. Ask me, because I've spent time with the Berbers, and I've said to the Moroccans, what is a tagine? And it's a stew, and it can be anything you want it to be. So the first thing to give it the authentic flavor, we're going to use some preserved lemon. And the other thing I found out while I was working with the Moroccans in Morocco was normally we would fry things off and brown them. They put everything in together. So lots of beautiful chopped onion. And I'm using lots of onion because that's going to make it very, very saucy. That's why I'm going to use the big pot for this particular one. Some chili. I'm not going to cut it too small. If I cut it too small, it's going to be too hot. So we just want it to leach out the flavor. We're going to use some chopped tomato once again. Lovely and saucy. A little bit of oil, just to get these spices to stick. Garlic, lots and lots of garlic. Some fresh ginger, and then the Moroccans use so many dried spices. There's some turmeric, which is a lovely warming spice, some ground ginger, some ground cinnamon, which is divine, some whole cumin seeds, and then some fennel seed. What I've done is I've toasted it because I just want to coax more of that beautiful fennel flavor out of it. And I'm doing this with chicken, but because the slow cooker just does its thing beautiful and slow, and it just coaxes all the flavor and out, it retains all the juices and keeps all the nutrition in. You can use cheaper cuts of meat, so it's also cost saving. And you could use brisket, you could actually make ossobuco in here. Can you imagine those beautiful cuts of either veal or beef shin, cooking long and slow, blade, big chunks of meat. I love to do a big chunk of pot roast in here with masses of veggies underneath it, and by the time I get home, I just kind of pull everything off the bone, shred it, and it's delicious. Right, I'm going to just keep my stock for last, and this is something that the Moroccans do, is always cook with fresh parsley in their tagines, some fresh coriander in their tagine, so the flavor cooks into it, but always keep a little bit back for serving so that you have that very fresh flavor happening. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this and just mix everything up together, and I'm going to pop it straight into my slow cooker. So just get everything turned in like so. I love that about this because I do a lot of gardening, and I get very, very little spare time to myself because I live quite a busy, I live and lead quite a busy lifestyle because I'm a worker, and I love going into my garden, and I get very little time for that. And by slow cooking, I give my family the nutrition they need, and I get to spend time with my plants. In we go. Just give it another little mix, and your house is going to smell like a home before you know it, because all those beautiful fragrant flavors are going to be wafting down passages, creeping under doors. It's going to make your family know you really love them, because anything worth waiting for, like a stew, does take time. And off you go. And then the best part of it all is once it's cooked, all you have to do is just lift the ceramic bowl out, take it to the table, and dinner is served. This is going to take a couple of slow cooking hours, but I've got something I've got hidden away because I started one earlier. Right, this little baby in its 6.5 litre capacity oval ceramic dish. This is actually amazing for large crowds and for soups. I've made a little baby one because I've only got 4 people for dinner tonight, and it's looking absolutely delicious. The meat is whole and intact. The sauce is cooked down, it's fragrant, it's lovely and thick. And I'm going to just add the last finishing touches to it. And that is my olives. I'm going to add my fresh coriander and parsley. And that's more or less ready to come to the table. I'm going to let it just sit there in the heat. It's keeping it nice and warm just till my guests arrive. And wow, it smells like heaven, because what has happened is it hasn't boiled rapidly away. All the flavors have had a chance, because there's a lot of flavor in this pot, have had chances to leach out and just sort of simmer and sink back into the chicken. And the meat is all intact. It's delicious, it's fragrant, and it's tasty.